Yo, what is good, my quick crypto family and my coin factory family? Back once more with another daily live stream. Day 96 in a row, almost that 100 milestone, and I cannot wait for the day. It's going to be huge. I cannot wait for it, honestly. And as always, we've got some very big news to cover in this live stream today. From the developers themselves, Michael Sutton in particular, actually addressing the Medium post that I mentioned in previous streams regarding smart contracts coming in Q1 2025, which of course is very big news. And of course, tomorrow being a historic day for us in crypto, for all of America, and frankly for the whole world, truth be told. Who's going to win tomorrow will drastically change the events that's going to happen over the next foreseeable future, the next few years, and of course where we can see Bitcoin and crypto going from there. But as always, if you enjoy these daily streams, leave a like, help it more than you know, share with your friends, and subscribe for more. Kaspa Frog, my man, good morning to you too. Welcome back to the stream. When Trump wins tomorrow, I'll give you a cheeky kiss. I'm ready and waiting, my man. Good morning or good afternoon or good night even to you, Leroy, as well. Welcome back to the stream, my man. Hopefully all is going good with you. Cash Cheng, afternoon to you too. Go. My KS2 Lite arrived today. Big up to you, my man. Hopefully that's hooked up nice and you start mining Kaspa ASAP. And running good. Very silent and very good for a home miner. Great to hear, my man. John Scott, stay zen, my friend. If that's, just stay chill, stay calm. Big things are coming very soon. Welcome back to the stream, my man. Hopefully all is good with you too. So first things first, those who may not be aware, obviously I do daily live streams. I made a live stream a few days ago now, 2 days ago, where it was allegedly confirmed that smart contracts were going to be coming Q1 2025. This came from a Medium post, where ultimately there was a lot of allegedness, right? All the sources that he suggested that proved that smart contracts should be coming in Q1 2025 were all anonymous. So you couldn't, it was all, speculative in that regard, because you have no proof of it effectively, or no definitive proof. So for example, this was one of the segments put in the Medium post here, which is multiple sources close to Kaspa development team hint at the groundwork for smart contracts has been quietly underway for months. One source, preferring to remain anonymous, reported that a private testnet for smart contracts has already been deployed for core developers, with final stages nearing completion. Another source leaked that a major exchange has already begun preparing backend systems for Kaspa smart contract functionality, suggesting that the infrastructure is set, or is being set. It's being set up well in advance for the public announcement. Now, of course, this is very bullish to hear, but once more, again, you've got to remain logical. Don't be emotional, be logical. This is speculative, right? As much as he's saying sources suggest this, that, and the other, there are no names, no name drops. We have no idea for sure. This post here from Kaspa Enthusiast obviously highlights the exact same thing, talking about the article and talking about the fact that once more we are still very lucky to be in Kaspa right now before 10 BPS, and the fact that we could potentially see 10 BPS and smart contracts happen in unison, which of course would be huge news. So where we go from here, we see a thread here. Why not ask Michael Sutton, one of the biggest core developers of Kaspa himself, to kind of straighten out what's the truth on the matter or not. Here Michael Sutton says the blog, so to speak, claims a spike in GitHub activity with certain keywords. Isn't that an easily verifiable claim? And if that's the insider reporting from private repos he has access to, well, that's a weird way to describe content that he actually can fully read. So he's purely responding based on text analysis. Core research developers can do this kind of thing without coordinating with me. Point being is, the sentence, the groundwork for smart contract has been quietly underway for months, is definitely true, and that is no secret. We know that already. They have been working for a very long time. But more importantly, these so-called anonymous claims that the developer's talking about, if he's referring it to the GitHub activity, then that shouldn't be anonymous, because it should be, open source, should be able to be seen for anyone to see. So Michael Sutton is basically kind of disputing it, but also confirming it. He's confirming that there are elements in this Medium post which are true, which is, again, they have been quietly underway for months, but it's not really quiet. If anything, it's been openly announced that they've been developing it for quite some time, for months now. But the so-called anonymous claims that it's going to happen in Q1 2025, of the person who, again, confirmed it being anonymous, it can be found out if you go through GitHub. So in that regard, then, this is probably more speculative, right? At least that's the idea that I'm getting from what my consultant's saying here. Point being, though, it's still very, very exciting to know that smart contracts are now on the way. Having official confirmation from Michael Sutton, his words that we are on the way. And once more, again, there may be a chance we see it as early as Q1 2025. Personally, for me, I'm holding on more so for being the Q4 or latter half, Q3, Q4 of 2025, potentially 2026, because that coincides with what Son Polinsky was saying in July in a dev meeting, being that it takes 18 months to 24 months to you to actually fully develop smart contracts from the ground up, which then would be latter half of 2025, if not early 2026. Ultimately, though, once more, we are still very, very early, and I'm still thankful myself that I can be holding and investing into projects like Kaspa, which is going to be groundbreaking, truly, truly revolutionary, when it's currently valued at 10.36 cents, now actually down 4.26% on the daily time frame. Right now, we have made a new recent low, surpassing or correcting below its previous correction down here. Now we're at 10.36 cents, and once more, where Kaspa goes from here, it is tough to say. We're seeing it right now, for the most part, despite Kaspa's corrective behavior in the past 3 months. The past 3 months, we've seen Kaspa go from values of 20.7 cents down to where it's at right now, a 50% correction in the past 3 months. For roughly the past year, the all-time high made at this peak here of November 19th, we are now currently down 33%. Obviously, it's not been a full year just yet, but we're approaching that year milestone now, and we're down 33%. The way I see it right now is I want and pray, obviously, Kaspa doesn't correct further, but if it does, I'm not bothered because I'll buy more because I still believe where it's going to go in the future. But right now, even though Kaspa's correcting, we're still, whether you agree or not, we are still seeing higher highs and higher lows. Even here, still a higher low. If Kaspa, therefore, decides to correct below this blue level of support here, then that will be the first time ever for Kaspa we have seen a lower low. And as a result, that could potentially cause a massive correction, following that a crash potentially even. And we see Kaspa go much, much further, but we'll have to wait and see what happens. Again, tomorrow is going to be a very, very pivotal day for us. We'll get into that news in just a moment, what it's going to mean for us, hopefully. And also, we've got some more Chaos 20 updates, but as always, let's get into some of the questions in the community first before I continue going on. Massimo, welcome back to the stream, my man. Do you think we could already see a first peak in April/May 2025, like we saw in 2021, for example, Kaspa reaching like $1 in April/May? Good question, my man. I believe there is a possibility of such, considering that by the end of March, being the end of Q1 2025, that is when we should see 10 blocks per second incorporated onto the mainnet, meaning Kaspa will be running so much faster, so much more efficiently, which will therefore also mean you'll probably see an increase in the amount of holders, amount of mining production. I forgot to preload my useful website sources. Again, this information, these useful websites, I have actually already got a tab, a channel for it on my free Discord server, so go check it out for yourself if you haven't done so already. But I've got new websites in there, for example, coinglass.com, where you can see the long and short ratio of Kaspa, the hash rate here. Also got the KRI, Kaspalytics, and so on and so forth. The Kaspa Power Law, got them all loaded up now, thankfully. But to build on that question, yes, I think there's a possibility because in Q1 2025 we will see 10 blocks per second, which therefore will also likely correlate to increasing of hash rate. Right now we've seen another new all-time high recently at 1.42 EH, which is massive. In fact, it might even be higher. It looks like it's 1.42 EH, which is absolutely huge for hash rate for Kaspa. So again, it's rising higher and higher. And following that as well, again, there's speculative behavior or reports that we could potentially see smart contracts. Again, I'm not so convinced on that matter, but still, it's a potential. But more importantly, following 10 blocks per second, which is a hard fork, that will likely, at least in my personal belief, not financial advice once more, do your own research, but in my personal belief, once the hard fork, once 10 BPS is incorporated onto the mainnet, that may be the catalyst, the sign for the tier ones to finally make their move to list Kaspa. Because once more, we have to understand is that with the 10 BPS migration, the hard fork, a hard fork is a very, it's a very unique, very fragile period of time, right? Because what you're basically seeing is the code is migrating from what it is to something new. A hard fork, something that could be a hard fork inherently carries risks. For example, like let's say the Kaspa developers somehow made a mistake and therefore the code went buggy. That's the hard fork. It didn't do it correctly, and that causes the whole thing to just capitulate. If an exchange had listed Caspa by that point, and that issue happens, they're going to also have the issues on their end as well. So if they haven't got Caspa listed yet, then they're fine. More importantly, hard forks also can be susceptible to bad actors and hackers taking advantage of the migration going on as well. So point being is, for the most part, it is generally safer for exchanges who obviously want to list a project to potentially wait for that hard fork to happen first before approaching them and listing the project. Wolfie's already confirmed that major tier ones from the likes of Kraken, as well as many, many more, I'm sure Binance and Coinbase are also under consideration as well, want to list capital. They don't even want money to list the project. They just want to understand the protocol and the technology before they list the project, build up the accumulation of it. And I imagine that also is a way of them just saying they're waiting for 10 blocks per second first before they list the project. That's what I like to believe, at least. Because again, we know they are connected to Caspa. Wolfie's mentioned it numerous times that they do have interest in Caspa, that they've talked about Caspa. So, for me, there is again, guaranteed we'll see tier ones in this cycle, and potentially very soon after Q1 2025. Therefore, come April, May, I think we'll see some significant announcements that could lead Caspa to surpass $1, if not higher. But again, time will tell. I'll get back to that point in a moment though, because I feel like I've lost train of thought. But either way, I think we get the idea here that Q1, I think, is going to be a big time for Caspa. I still hold strong in the belief that Caspa could potentially reach 35 cents by the end of this year. For Scissor, welcome back to the stream, my man. Quick crypto in the building. Love your content, Brody. Thank you very much for the support, my man. Again, I appreciate all being here. And of course, if you enjoy these streams, be doing this daily, leave a like, share with your friends, and subscribe for more. Sup and the Fed, welcome back to the stream, my man. Thanks for the daily chill pill. You know it, man. Again, out here trying to help the community, just trying to spread the knowledge and the love, as I always do. 17 cent killer. If 0.934, so 0.93 cents doesn't resist, we are going to 5 cents. Put the seatbelt on. Potentially, yeah, I mean, based on TA, that's a possibility, considering for the fact that if you lose this zone here of 9.3 cents, there isn't really a strong level of support that we can see. Because again, this whole zone, this whole region here is unknown. Because we saw Caspa go from 5 cents to 15, thanks to Binance listing, and just jump up pretty quickly. The only time we saw a significant correction of sorts was around this zone here, around the 9.3 zone. So I understand the element behind that belief, definitely. So in that regard, yeah, potentially we could see Caspa come back down to this region of 5 cents. I would be surprised if we go back down that far. Not saying it's not possible. If it happens, people of course are going to flood Caspa to living hell. And me, well, I'll be sitting here saying, yeah, it happened, it sucks. And I feel for those who have lost money on their investments. But me personally, I will be down by that point because I got in around 5 cents. But I'll just buy more. Because I strongly believe that Caspa is going to go up higher and higher. Again, following 10 BPS, following smart contracts, following tier ones, following Dag Knight. We know the deal. Speaking of which, we've got this post here from the KEF. Work on the project, not the exchange. This comes from CZ, of course, ex-Binance CEO. Who this is a reply from this post here from Justin Sun. Who Justin Sun is Tron's or HT Global's advisor, and also seems to be the Tron TRX Tron network. And he just said that Binance charged us 0. Coinbase required us to pay 500 million, TRX worth 80 million, and demanded a 250 million Bitcoin deposit in Coinbase custody to boost their performance. A lot of respect, but this is simply not true. Point being is CZ replied on behalf of Binance, of course he's still, connected to Binance, not being CEO anymore either way, saying, thanks for the support. Validation from someone who runs 2 competing exchanges, Tron and also HTX. So 2 competing exchanges, but validation from him. But we should try to reduce these types of quote attacks in the industry. Bitcoin never paid any listing fees. Work on the project, not the exchange. The reason that's important though for us is because once more, this is a testament to what Caspa is doing. Wolfie's in charge of listings, yes, but think about it. Caspa, the developers, they're not focusing on price action. They're not focusing on exchange listing. They're focusing on building the project, their 10 blocks per second, the smart contracts. That's their focal point. And if they keep building and focusing on what's going to make them an inherently good project, everyone's going to realize that, and they're going to want to capitalize on what they are building. Again, it is inevitable in my belief that Caspa is going to get these listed. It's going to soar much higher in value. I still believe Caspa is being its first bull cycle. It's going to have a very parabolic cycle in the next few months. Following this bull cycle by the end of, Q3, Q4 2025. And of course, we'll go higher and higher from that point onwards as well. Of course, a correction most likely following the bull cycle into the bear market. But again, higher highs are still to come. And then obviously Brian Armstrong actually replied to that post here saying asset listings on Coinbase are free. Drop us a note through our asset hub and we can help. We'll see if we can help. Now, whether it's true or not, again, this is what he says. We'll have to, again, it's what from Brian Armstrong to see the co-founder, CEO of Coinbase, or called Mr. Kaspa Guru. He says actions speak louder than words. When will Coinbase list Kaspa? Again, it's questions, right? That's what we're waiting for Kaspa. We know the project is really, really good. We know what's coming for Kaspa, but once more, we're just waiting for these significant developments, the tier 1 listing. Because right now, despite Kaspa's got really, really good technology and what's it building, for the most part in the crypto space, everyone follows candles, everyone follows price action. Kaspa's building some amazing things, but right now, with lack of adoption, it can't gain any significant momentum. So once we see listings, that will be the catalyst, the flip the switch moment for Kaspa to start getting that adoption up higher and higher, and start seeing some power body price action. Unfortunately, I know I believe I hold Kaspa for the fact that it's an amazing project and what it's going to be in the future. But of course, for most people, they want to make money quicker than usual. So what they're following is price action. What they know for Kaspa right now is 10% will be big, but what we need, first and foremost, what we need is tier listings, top tier, tier 1 tier listings, and that will be coming, in my belief. Hopefully, Kraken will come this year. We're still waiting. It's still silent from Kraken's behalf. They're just constantly, teasing, blue balling us, saying it'll be coming soon. It's on our listing roadmap. Yeah, well, get it off the roadmap, get it on the exchange, for God's sake. But of course, we know Coinbase. They have connection to Kaspa. They funded the research for Kaspa. You have people who are business managers of Coinbase who have already, praised Kaspa for their 10 BPS, their KRC20 as well. Binance again. They have a zero fees mining pool. They have a futures contract. They also have. They did an AMA, an interview with the Kaspa team talking about Kaspa, and that interview was extremely successful, the most successful team they've ever had, to my belief as well. OKX, they are a venture of the KEF. So all the major top tier exchanges have a connection to Kaspa one way or the other. So I believe in due time we will see those listings, which is good to see. And once more, KRC20 is going to help with that much as well, because KRC20 adoption will also help in Kaspa as well. Because I like to believe as well, let's say somehow KRC20 gets tier 1 before Kaspa, that would be crazy for one. That might actually cause more FUD, because people are like, oh, KRC20 are getting them and Kaspa's not. Let's jump to KRC20 to see more people selling Kaspa. But at the same time, it'll also be a sign that these projects do know of Kaspa and they therefore might be considering listing them very, very soon. In regards to KRC20, we got this post here from Goad's Journey of Progress, which is very, very cool. The key listings of MEXC, CoinMarketCap, CoinGecko, to the presence of platforms like Crypto Bubbles and TradingView, Goad has marked some major accomplishments already, but our aim is clear, ticking off the main exchanges. Their aim is Gate, coming soon, OKX, Tier 1, coming soon, and also venture of Kaspa, KEF, but also Binance are next in line as we push forward. Again, when they will come, we'll wait and see, of course, but ultimately, Goad right now, again, similar to Kaspa, of course, but they're now aiming, their sights have been set on Gates, which is still a tier 2 but a bigger exchange nonetheless. But then these two tier 1s, OKX and Binance, both of which have strong connections to Kaspa, Venture Armor KEF, and did a lot of connections to Kaspa already. So it will not surprise me to see these listings. I'd like to believe once more that Kaspa would get them first, but we have to wait and see. But either way, yes, we're seeing the development and adoption for Kaspa grow more and more, and KRC20 and Kaspa, in my belief, go hand in hand. Yes, KRC20 is one of the main reasons for this corrective behavior of Kaspa in the past 2 months actually, because we saw KRC20 launch. We saw KRC20 launch right here on the 15th of September, and since then we've seen a corrected cycle for Kaspa coming down about 42%. That's also on the back of lack of adoption, also on the back of the Israel and Iran Middle East situation worsening, which of course then people were very upset that Shai was spreading his belief on that much, which I think is in his right to do so, but of course that I understand can cause a negative price action. So all the adoption for Kaspa switching to KRC20, the Israel news, and what's happened in the market, that caused Kaspa to correct in the cycle. But for me, mainly it's KRC20. But once you see KRC20, the people who have got into meme tokens, right, who are only meme token savvy, would have heard KRC20 through the listings and stuff like that, buy KRC20, and that's also a reason why we have seen a surge in. I know I forgot to load one website. I forgot to load the Kas Kaspa. That's also the reason why we saw a surge in wallet addresses, and also a surge in certain wallet addresses for Kaspa because of KRC20. We're now at 516,000. That's a jump. That was at 505,000, I think, yesterday's stream. I'm pretty sure that's 505,000. I'm going to check that after the stream, but it's jumped 10k therefore in a span of 24 hours. which is absolutely insane. Once more, proving that Kaspa's adoption is still growing more and more. Right, even though the price right now is still correcting, which is unfortunate, and right now it's getting ever so close to this zone here of 10.1 cents. The adoption is still growing more and more, and for me, that is because of the KRC20 tokens, which have been bringing in more people to the Kaspa community, the meme community, but then also people started seeing Kaspa, looking into Kaspa, and start to hedge their bets on Kaspa as well, putting in a small allocation of such, but increasing the adjustment and adoption once more. So still, for me, very, very bullish, and the KRC20 tokens are only going to continue growing more and more as well. BERT, for example, their launch pad is now live today, which is huge news. They also have Bitmart Exchange coming in about a week's time, which is also very, very cool. Not to mention Pinex and Bitconomy are ready to list BERT once funding is raised. So again, in just 3 weeks of BERT's life cycle, they've got a launch pad, another exchange coming next week on top of what they already have, and 2 more very, very soon once they get the funding raising. Once they get the funds raised, of course. BERT, I already put this in my free Discord server, which I'm going to link once more in the chat and also in the description and on my YouTube homepage of the launch pad, and a tutorial on how simple it is to use the BERT launch pad, and ultimately why it's so big is because it means there's no more high fees minting, no more private keys, no more chain congestion, which is one of the bigger ones, because we've seen when KRC20 gets really, really volatile, there's a lot of congestion. People end up, the initial relaunch of KRC20 saw over 13 million transactions in 24 hours, and there's a lot of congestion, a hell of a lot of congestion. So it's good to see that will also negate that for BERT holders, especially. 100% of the tokens go to sale, and a public sale FCSC. So once more, again, very, very cool to see for BERT, and this could hopefully lead BERT to seeing some very significant price action coming very, very soon. Right now, it's at 4.45 million market cap, just short of 500,000 24-hour trading volume. Nacho has been coming down continuously a little bit, which, people might seem like a negative thing. For me, I think that's quite bullish, because once more, I think Nacho is going to be one of the biggest KRC20 tokens. So once more, it's a premium price to buy Nacho if you choose to. But again, not financial advice. Do your own research. I'm not, actively trying to short Nacho. I still don't hold Nacho, but I do plan to get into it very, very shortly, potentially in the next couple of days, as again the elections are so close. Kango, of course, had a very, very great run recently, following all the listings. For example, Kango is actually also now on Bitconomy, which is great to see once more. So yeah, Kango's doing very, very well. Kango, for me, I think is doing well, particularly because Crypto Galaxy, one of the biggest capital contributors, has been shilling it, which of course helped its price go up. Again, that's only been launched for 2 weeks. Again, that's done very, very well. 1.2 million 24-hour trading volume. Conan right now is leading the KRC20 tokens in terms of volume, which is good to see. I haven't seen, and I think it's because of this post here from Conan, because they're preparing for over 5 centralized exchange listings in the next 2 weeks. So they already have quite a few. I don't think this website is fully updated. So right now it showcases that you got XT and CoinX, Capitalbot, and Change Finance, of course. Obviously right now the volume's all in XT, which is crazy to see. But I'm pretty sure that there's been Bitconomy listings as well, if not already, very, very soon. But either way, they've got a few listings already, which is good to see. And we've got 5 more incoming. Yeah, look, Bitconomy is going to be tomorrow. Actually, that is today, because that's on the 3rd. So it actually has come out today. So Bitconomy is now on today. And they've got 5 more incoming very, very soon as well. From what we've seen throughout the community, I'd like to believe that Pinex will be one of them, as well as obviously Bitconomy. Pinex will be one of them. I think MEXC have now started expanding as well. So my speculation right now, from what I've seen through exchanges who have now integrated KRC20, back-end technology, stuff like that, into their exchanges, I think, we're going to see obviously Bitconomy, we've got XT, we've got CoinX. I think we're going to see CoinStore, we're going to see Pinex, we're going to probably see Bitmart. We're going to probably see some Gates and MEXCs coming in as well, and potentially even some Bybits as well. We'll have to wait and see, of course, but I think we've got some very, very big exchanges coming in. I would be surprised once more to see any exchanges that don't list Kaspa already list KRC20 tokens. Not say it's not possible, but that's currently my belief in that matter. But again, that's why Conan right now is doing the best, in my belief, because again, it's FOMO, right? Again, don't buy the rumor, sell the news. The rumor right now is there are over 5 more centralized exchange listings coming to Conan, hence why the volume fit is higher than anything else. And again, that's not that old of a project either. So again, once more, it's very, very cool to see that these projects are still, they're correcting because of the market right now. The market right now is not that bullish due to the fact that, I'll explain why the market's not bullish. It's because of the elections, right? And I'm going to get into why in just a moment. But ultimately, we're seeing that the KRC20 tokens, for the most part, they're still, they're correcting, but they're still relevant, right? The volume for it is still relatively high, and they're only going to, grow higher and higher following, what I believe to be the inevitable crypto bull run. Right now, Kaspa's still correcting, getting ever so close to that. If he's managed to, for me, again, we're at a sort of a make or break point for Kaspa, I think. because again, it depends on the elections tomorrow. Depending on who wins, we could very well see Kaspa actually correct below this zone here, and that could cause further corrective behaviour. Where it goes from here, again, we'll have to wait and see. But if the elections go in favour of what we want tomorrow, then potentially we see Kaspa this being the bottom here, and we see the cycle. Because again, November historically has been a very, very bullish month for Kaspa. Again, going back to the Bybit listing last November, which saw Kaspa go from 5 to 15 cents. Not to mention, furthermore, 2 years ago, where we saw Kaspa go from 0.1 cents to 1 cent, so a 10x in value in this zone here. Again, November is just a very good time for Kaspa, so we'll have to wait and see if Kaspa will continue in that fashion. I like to believe it will do. If not, then FUD will go higher and higher, and me personally, I'll keep buying my bags. Yeah, I know the price is going lower and lower. It does seem a little bit worrying, but my conviction's still strong. Someone asked, Cody, my man, asked me in the community earlier, how's your conviction doing this morning ahead of the elections? And I'm like, you know what? Sitting my feet up, drinking hot cocoa, doesn't bother me at all. I'm still believe very strongly in Kaspa and where it's going to go from here. For Kaspa to actually, reach that zone here, if we zoom in a little bit closer, what we had to see on the daily time frame correction, we'd have to see Kaspa correct about 6.5% or 6.6%. Right now we're at 4.9%. So we do have a little bit of room, but obviously we don't want to see it go down that far. But again, I like to believe this is where our bottom for Kaspa would be. But evidently, to me, I think we're seeing some elements of market manipulation, but we'll have to wait and see ultimately right now. The addresses, again, they're still growing more and more. Aquaman's, the Aquaman from being a Mexi, that Aquaman is gone because people have been buying it off the exchanges. So yeah, I mean, again, I'm still not worried, personally. Good morning, Bingo Banger Man. Welcome back to the stream. I watched an interview with Wolfie in chat the other day, and Wolfie even hinted that it could be the end of the year at the earliest. Wow. Okay. Well, I mean, first off, Bingo Banger Man, please link that to me and us in the community in my free Discord server. I know you're already a part of it. I think you're already added me, so you can PM me if you wanted to PM me. But yes, definitely, please link me that because I want to hear that for myself. But that's very, very cool. Again, confirming or speculation once more from people who are very well intertwined with the team that we could see smart contracts potentially come very, very soon, as early as the end of this year, if not Q1 2025, if not potentially next year. Again, the real timeline for smart contract is very, very skewed. And I think it's because, once more, the last thing that Kaspa want to do is confirm smart contracts are coming out here. They haven't got a set concrete date yet, which will then just drive FOMO. And if they don't deliver, that'll then cause a lot more negativity around the project, which, again, they're just focusing on technology. They don't really care about the price right now, if really at all. But again, that could be very, very big to see if that is true. So yeah, please, Bingo Banger, link that to me, my man, because I'd love to hear that. And I'm sure we all would as well. Good morning to you too, my man. Good morning, Toggle Delay as well. Jeff Sir just bought 65k cheap. Buying when there's blood in the streets is investment 101. Exactly, again. One thing that Warren Buffett has always reiterated, one of his famous quotes. I'm not going to say it word for word because I'm going to butcher it, but it's pretty much that when greed is at all-time highs, that's when you sell. When there's fear at all-time highs, that's when you buy. Right now, the fear of Kaspa is at all-time highs because it's going lower and lower. That's, ideally, in the words of Warren Buffett, the time to buy. I'm not saying Warren Buffett's saying that for Kaspa, but I'm just saying once more, you want to buy the rumors, sell the news. You don't want to be buying and chasing green candles, right? Because not just for one, you'll limit the amount of money you can make, but also you might end up buying a top by accident. I'm not saying, yes, Kaspa is guaranteed to go up in value from here. Well, I believe that. I'm not saying it's going to happen today or tomorrow, though Kaspa may still go lower from here. Again, time will tell depending on the election results. But again, Kaspa for me is a project that in this cycle and years to come, being at 10 cents is dirt cheap. Right now in this crypto space, a lot of these projects, they are purely focusing on price action, on pumping bags. A lot of these projects that have VC backing as well, they just care about the price and where it's going, right? They don't really care about the technology they have behind it. They have decent technology that will do what it needs to do, and they just try to chase price angles to make some quick money. When crypto gets regulation, when everything starts developing and becoming maturing much, much more, a lot of those crypto projects will be cannibalized for those that are actually trying to make a difference, making some real projects. Bitcoin is one of them, being the founder and being, the store of value it is. It's going to be surviving, in my opinion. For me, Kaspa will be one of those as well, because again, BlockDAG, what they're trying to build, the KII, and what they're going to do inherently to help Kaspa get integrated into the energy sector, the cross-border payment sector, the supply chain, the real estate market, the commodities market, you name it. For me, Kaspa is going to be one that survives the culling as well and steals, volume and money and liquidity from these other protocols and exchanges as well. Smart contracts will help that massively as well. So there'll be projects that survive the culling, in my opinion. I think XRP personally will be one of those as well because, again, banks are talking about it a lot. That's why I hold XRP, because banks talk about it a lot. So I think there's a possibility that XRP could be one of those as well. But for me, Kaspa has higher upside potential in that regard. And therefore, I think that, Kaspa, where it's at right now, 10 cents is very, very undervalued in accordance to the power law right now. It's 70.07% undervalued. In fact, it's probably a little bit lower than that now. For me, dirt cheap, and that's why I buy more. But again, not financial advice, to your own research and trade at your own discretion, because again, Kaspa may go lower from here. Right? If you don't believe in Kaspa, I advise you to do more research. I advise you to also check out my free Discord server, where we talk about every crypto project, especially Kaspa, of course, because we're mainly Kaspa maxis in here. But we talk about everything in there, so you can hopefully learn a lot more from there. I have other tabs in there regarding, the daily information tabs, the weekly information tabs, other channels for other project stuff to talk about like that as well. And people could just ask questions there. If you want to ask something because you're not sure, ask a question. And whether me or one of my mods or anyone in the server will just try and help you out where we can, because that's what we're trying to do, trying to build our knowledge, because knowledge is power. My 95k. Well, there you go, 95k for your Kaspa. You are looking very, very healthy, my man. Big up to you. New stock miner, ABTS running, FTFT and Wimmy will also. Well, potentially, yeah. I mean, things are looking, decent. I'm happy for you, Ryan Graves. I'm not particularly sure what you mean, I'll be honest, but I mean, yeah, FTFT and Wimmy. If you're talking about crypto projects, I've never heard of them. I'm talking about particular miners. Again, I'm not a very well-versed miner, full disclosure, so I'm not particularly sure what you're running for. But I mean, if you're saying that, if it's good news for you, then I'm happy for you, my man. That's all I can say. Do you see the possibility for Kaspa falling to 50 cents in the short term? I mean, anything's possible. I'll be shocked, very shocked if that happened. Anything's possible in this space. Crypto could just collapse tomorrow. So I'm not saying it's not possible, but I think it's highly, highly unlikely. But again, we'll have to wait and see. And I'll build off why I say that just now, actually. So we've got this post here on Cointelegraph, which is insight from CBS Morning Plus, that 73, almost 73% of crypto owners are people like us who would consider potential candidates down on crypto when they vote. Point being is, the crypto community is still quite a small community, but point being once more is that crypto and politics, despite people may not like it, I don't like it, but they coincide with each other. They now become a political issue. Crypto and politics go hand in hand now. Crypto is, what happens in the political stance will drastically affect crypto as well. We've seen that in the past once more. When crypto does really, really well, I haven't preloaded it, but I've showed it in my previous streams once more, that following the elections, crypto does really, really well after. No matter who gets elected, crypto does really, really well following the elections. So, and of course, right now, everyone's considering what happens in the election. So this potentially can massively impact the election outcome, if there's enough of us, but I'm not that there actually is. But more importantly, it could also vice versa affect the market, who gets elected. JP Morgan, now I don't particularly trust JP Morgan, because they're notorious for being scammers and liars, and they've been sued more times than I can count. But either way, they are Wall Street and JP Morgan. Apparently, they estimate a 60% of chance of Trump's actually winning, forecasting a 5% USD rise on the red sweep and a 1.52% with the split of Congress. So right now, Wall Street are predicting, therefore, JP Morgan in particular, again, my trust in them is quite lackluster, truth be told. But either way, Wall Street, they believe that Donald Trump's chance of winning is higher right now. Bernstein predicts Bitcoin could hit 80 to 90k if Trump wins the election in the immediate short term, with a 200k target by the end of 2025 bull cycle, regardless of the outcome. Basically, also that just means if Trump wins, we'll see a quick rise. What, again, I believe they're referring to, and I think it's also fairly true, is if Trump wins, we'll see crypto go up here, come down, and go here. Right? And then, if we see Kamala Harris win, which we're going to highlight that as blue K, we'll see crypto go like that, and then go here. Ultimately, no matter what happens, we're going to see a direction in crypto, and then in the latter half, probably in Q1 2025, something like that, we'll see the market align with each other. Because again, no matter what happens, crypto cannot be stopped. That's my personal belief. And I think that's what Bernstein's getting at right here as well. That, Trump will cause a more immediate reaction in the market, which would be great, but we'll see, again, no matter who wins, we'll still see crypto hit a decent, Bitcoin hit at least a 3x from here, if not 4x from here. And of course, assets like Kaspa, therefore, would follow in suit. And again, if Bitcoin would hit 200k, so a 3-4x, that means Kaspa have to reach, minimum 40 cents to have a better ROI than Bitcoin. And I think that's definitely going to happen. Definitely going to happen. Furthermore here, this is what happened again for crypto river once more. The last time Trump won the US election, Bitcoin pumped 2,714%, so that's a 271x. Of course, that's very, very early on. It couldn't do that much. It couldn't do that parabolic this time round. But if history repeats itself, if history would repeat itself, Bitcoin would be worth $2 million by 2025. Again, this is just a post just to showcase the sheer volume of where we're at right now. But Bitcoin could not rise that much. For me, it's impossible that Bitcoin could rise that much in the span of a year. In, give it 20, 30 years, potentially, yeah. I don't see why not. With all the money starting to jump on chain, yeah, potentially it could be worth that much. Again, this came from VanEck's head of digital assets. They predicted that we could see Bitcoin rise to 3 million by 2050, so that's 25 years from now. But of course, next year, I think that's very, very unlikely. We can see it hit that sort of price target. But either way, Trump again seems to have a lot more bullish effects on the market than we do see for the likes of Kamala Harris. But again, it wouldn't matter who wins. But again, we're seeing crypto adoption growing more and more. Once here, Deutsche Telekom, so T-Mobile, has started mining Bitcoin using excess renewable energy, and it's already running a Bitcoin node. That, of course, for Kaspa, it's huge because of the KII. Of course, this is regarding Bitcoin right now, so there's not really a correlation. But again, with Kaspa's adoption growing more and more, what the KII want to do with Kaspa, that could potentially be a post and a headline we see with Kaspa. Again, renewable energy. Kaspa's going to be an integral part of that in the future. KII have already confirmed that much. And Deutsche's telecom provider, Deutsche Telekom, they are Europe's largest telecom provider. That's a very, very big deal, T-Mobile, and they're now mining Bitcoin. Soon that'll be Kaspa, I'm sure. I'm very confident that must be Kaspa. Again, that's why Marathon have divided for their portfolio to, include Kaspa alongside Bitcoin, because they believe in Kaspa as well. Furthermore, here for Telegraph, Pakistan moved to legalize crypto with new amendments to the SBP Act. Once more, crypto's adoption worldwide is being accepted. People who banned crypto in the past, you have the likes of Pakistan, the likes of Russia and China who banned it. They're now starting to accept crypto. Crypto is becoming an integral part of the future. Everyone wants to get a piece of it. Hong Kong approved its first license for Bitcoin and crypto structured products. Bitcoin's reserves held on exchanges showing a significant decline. So are we seeing a supply shock incoming? What this means, again, simple understanding of trading and investments, supply and demand. A lack of supply but increase in demand, price will go up. If we're seeing a supply shock, and again Trump wins the election, meaning demand therefore crypto will rise drastically, and this lack of supply, the price will increase rapidly with it as well. Even if Kamala Harris wins, potentially we don't see some sort of significant price action, but we'll have to wait and see. But the reason that crypto currently is not doing so hot, it again coincides with the fact that crypto, people are considering crypto when investing right now. And we've seen a lot of signs. Again, this mainly comes from Polymarket. Polymarket was saying that Trump was like 30% ahead of Kamala Harris. Polymarket is actually just a betting website. But the betting website stated that Kamala Harris was massively going to lose to Donald Trump. But then in the past week, they're actually now neck and neck again. So really right now, nobody knows. And therefore, people are like, oh, maybe crypto's not going to pump right now. That's why Bitcoin, almost reached a new all-time high and then corrected, following back down here. And again, for me, if Trump wins, we see it break above. If it doesn't win, we see it go below. It's going to be a very, very historic day tomorrow. There's no doubt about it. Hash Ching, just another 5k Kaspa, good price. Big up to you, my man. Just skipped a lot of questions. Could not hold myself for another 4k Kaspa. Wow. So that's now 9k. Big up to you, my man. You're looking very, very solid indeed. I don't think Wales or the exchanges will allow Kaspa to go lower than 9 cents. I just don't see it happening, especially if Trump wins. Yeah, again, if Trump wins, I don't think Kaspa goes much lower personally, but we'll have to wait and see. Waiting on 8 cents. Well, hopefully, Matt Goshi, don't miss out. If it goes 8 cents, you're laughing. If it doesn't, then again, hopefully don't miss out. You still get some more Kaspa. I went all in at 17 cents. I mean, I could guess. I had a feeling because you said 17 cents killer, that was your name. So, of course, right now, you going in at 17 cents does mean you're currently down, what, 35, 40%? 17 cents is about here. Yeah, about 40%. So, of course, that sucks, and I apologise. I apologise, not that, again, you should be trading off my opinion. Again, not financial advice, but I do feel for you, I should have done your investment. But once more, another mindset to have is that you haven't lost money, you haven't sold yet. That's a meme coin narrative, I guess, at least. But if you haven't sold it, you haven't lost money right now. And for me, Kaspa's, I do strongly believe that Kaspa's going to, again, correct, a reverse, and start going up in price. And therefore, you won't be down. But again, one thing that I do strongly believe in, right? Again, not financial advice, because I'm not a financial advisor, but whenever making investments, the safest thing to do would be to DCA, dollar cost averaging. Basically meaning if you have 1K, you don't go, all 1k in at one time, because that could cause what's happened with you, 17 cents killer. but more so you put maybe $100 in at certain zones. Now what this means potentially, if you did that here, you would have made, you know, less money in the grand scheme of things as opposed to just going all in round here. But at the same time, you're securing and protecting potentials for corrections, right? That's what I've been doing. I bought up here. Again, since I've been doing streaming, I've disclosed that I bought up here, but I didn't put in my whole capital there. I put in some there, put a very small portion there because I thought capital could go up. But again, with what's happening with Warren Buffett and the US dollar and Japanese yen, we might see crypto correct. It did correct, came down. I bought down here, I bought here, I bought here, I bought here. Again, I just kept DCAing. Now I don't actually have any more capital to DCA, unfortunately. I do have a little bit now though, so I'm going to probably get in some now, right now here. But yeah, again, for me, I think it's better worthwhile to just put in a small portion. To have a full 1K, just put in, you know, $50 or $100, you know, periodically. Because again, it just protects. It's more protection to you, right? It's, you know, there's nothing wrong going all in. If you believe in the project, have that much conviction, then yes, by all means, go all in. But again, you got to make sure you're doing it at your own discretion. I think DCAing is a stronger trading strategy in my personal belief. And again, it protects your assets. It's a protection for you, right? If capital reaches 5 cents, I'll buy the hell of a dip, but I don't think we'll see it. Worst case, we'll see it at 9.5 cents and a quick recovery. Yeah, that's my belief right now as well. I'd like to believe again that we won't see it go lower than 10, but again, 9.5 for me is, I think, again, this 9.3 here, this white level of support here, I think is probably going to be the bottom. If you hit 5 cents, while unlikely, I'd be tempted to go all in. Yeah, honestly, that, you know, even though I just said DCing the better thing to do, if we do hit 5 cents, I might actually go all in then. Generally, I might just sell everything I have in other crypto projects and just go all in on Kaspa then, because 5 cents for a project that I think could reach at least $2 in this cycle is huge. Now the market is scared. Kamala being favourite of something in something important states. It's created some fear. This week is going to be crazy for volatility price action. Yeah, again, that's why we're seeing crypto correct right now, because Kamala Harris's belief of winning has risen. But again, we're still seeing crypto for the most part, again, growing in adoption more and more. Not to mention that only 2 days after that, so in 3 days' time from now, we've got the next Fed rate cut, which right now, the CME FedWatch tool shows that 98.9% chance of a 25 basis point cut on November 7th, which is just again 3 days' time. We'll have to wait and see what will happen. Again, we have no confirmation. Last time we had a bit of rumours, now we have nothing at all. The only thing we've got to keep in mind, though, is that Larry Fink did state on the Future Investment Initiative on, you know, live TV, that I think we're not going to see interest rates as low as people are forecasting, which I think people are forecasting around 3.5% or 2 I think it's something around 3%. I think people are forecasting. You know, so potentially we may not see any more significant rate cuts. But I think did also state in the same talk that we're going to see at least one more 25 basis point cut this year. There are 2 more FOMC meetings this year, one happening now, one in December. It's going to be at least another 25 basis point, but you probably won't see as low as people think. We'll have to wait and see. Of course, the only thing that I want to keep in mind about that part, though, is that right now the economy is in tatters. It's disastrous. Got more alarming data from the labour market. The US economy shed 46,000 manufacturing jobs last month in October, the biggest drop since April 2020, which is crazy to me. You know, people are just less in their job to be coming in, which again is a bigger sign of potential recession incoming. Manufacturing jobs have declined in 4 out of the last 5 months by a total of 88,000. In effect, manufacturing payrolls reached the lowest level since July 2022 and are in a clear downtrend. You know, the job markets continue to weaken more and more, but the government apparently are making more and more jobs. I just don't think they're telling the truth in that regard. But that's not all. This is also concerning from the Kobe's letter here. The US economy lost 28,000 private jobs in October, again last month, the first net loss since 2020. Look at that. Mental. Furthermore, the 3-month moving average has declined to 67,000, the lowest since the 2020 pandemic. Pandemic caused a massive crisis. Everyone lost their jobs, you know, people were sacked off, laid off, furloughed, whatever you name it. And we're seeing similar levels right now, if not worse right now. And what have we got to show for it? Apart from rising debt, why is the market and economy so disastrous? Because they've taken no care of it. The banks are collapsing more and more. I believe personally, again, this is a bit conspiracy, so take what I say with a grain of salt, but I wouldn't believe that this is actually orchestrated to the state that they are causing this crisis situation happening right now so that there will be a situation where a crisis occurs and then people are going to be trying to look out for a solution I think it's going to be a banking crisis. Banks are going to collapse worldwide, and then people are going to be looking for a solution, and they're going to introduce CBDCs, which are government-controlled, pretty much government surveillance tools, which are going to be the solution, so your money will never be lost. 24/7 access any day of the week to your money. That's what I want to believe. I think this is orchestrated, but again, that is speculative. So, I have sources of research which suggest similar things, but of course, do your own research in that regard, because that's just what we're seeing. But either way, what we're seeing right now is disastrous news. Right now, the job markets are going lower and lower. The economy is collapsing more and more. People are struggling. The housing market is still going high. Right now, the housing bubble is in a worse situation than the 2008 financial crisis. And the 2008 financial crisis was a causing of the housing bubble popping. And right now, it's worse than that. Why it's not popped yet, again, we can't say for sure. But this is well below the average of 150,000 monthly private payrolls additionally seen in 2018-2019 prior to the pandemic. And the worst part is full-time private sector jobs have dropped by a whopping 1.5 million year on year. Such a drop in full-time private jobs has never been seen outside of a recession. I'll say that again. Such a drop in full-time private jobs have never been seen outside of a recession. Keep in mind once more that when a recession is announced, they're normally announced afterwards, in the sense that the governments, they will never announce we are in a recession. They will announce we're in a recession and showcase data from a year back, if not even a few years back or a few months back, saying that this is when it started going wrong. It's when the data suggested that we're in a recession. So the point being right now is that there seems to be signs right now that we're in a recession right now, but it's not been officially announced and won't be announced until a later date. This is all stuff that we look at once more, take into account. But again, trade your own discretion, do your own research. We'll see where it goes from here, but that's not me trying to spread FUD. Ultimately, the whole point of this stream. This is me trying to keep you informed. Again, stuff I'll be talking in my free Discord server once more, so go check it out. I haven't done so already, but this whole point of this stream ultimately was just that Kaspa, potential smart contracts coming very, very soon, which would be huge, huge news. Again, listings will hopefully be coming sooner or later. We'll have to wait and see in that regard. That'll be a big, big time for Kaspa. KRC20 adoption is going faster and higher, but of course, the launchpad coming out, and the elections again closer than we think, obviously being tomorrow, and could be a very influential time. A lot of the Wall Street and big institutions believe that we could, again, depending on the outcome, we could see a significant rise in crypto very, very quickly. But regardless of who wins, crypto is still going to do very, very well. Bitcoin will still do very, very well. I told you that day nobody listened to RSI oversold. We might go below now on 4-hour time frame, 3 because of their candles. I mean, yeah, I didn't completely discredit what you said, Silkworm. Again, the RSI being oversold typically means that you should see people start buying up more and more. But I did reiterate that the RSI right now for me is quite a useless indicator. I think RSI is an important indicator to understand where crypto is going to go, but I don't see the RSI is the reason why Kaspa is going down. The reason crypto and Kaspa is going down is because of the election news now favouring Kamala Harris. That's my personal belief. Again, if that's your trading strategy, that's what you believe, fine. But I don't personally agree with that sentiment. Because if RSI is oversold, that means that's a sign that you should start. If the RSI graph, if it's, you have it, I haven't got it preloaded, but the RSI oversold would be, you have your 30 region here, you have your 70 region up here, and it just kind of flows in and out between it. And of course, that being oversold, that being overbought, so on and so forth. If it's oversold here, it should go up. That's what should happen if RSI is oversold. So in that regard then, for the price to keep going down despite being oversold, doesn't really make much sense. The reason Kaspa is correcting right now, and most projects are correcting right now, is following the fact that Bitcoin is correcting because Kamala Harris once more is now more favour, or at least the election, the belief of who's going to win the election is now a lot closer than people realise. People thought Donald Trump was landslide winning, and now Kamala Harris is actually a lot closer than people think. So people are like, oh no, actually, because people are emotional, remember, to think, oh no, now Kamala Harris might win. If Kamala Harris does win, we might see. If Kamala Harris does win, the RSI is not the reason that Kaspa could go below here. It's Kamala Harris winning, because Kamala Harris, the belief in again, not what I want to say. And I'm not saying Kamala Harris is bad per se, but the belief in the crypto community is that if Kamala Harris wins, crypto and Bitcoin will come down to 50k, if not lower. And that therefore will cause all liquidity, all volume in crypto projects to flood out, and we'll see loads of projects crashing and correcting in price. That would be the RSI thing. That would be real world factors affecting that. Kaspa going down is not a result of RSI in my personal belief. I think it's the election news being tomorrow. But again, we'll have to wait and see what's happening. Kaspa is completely on his knees, completely rolling over the charts. I don't see anything to be honest, just my opinion. Again, if you don't believe in that sham, then that's fair enough. Again, if you don't believe in Kaspa, then by all means, sell. doesn't bother me either way. Again, I'm not telling anyone to buy Kaspa. That's not my role here. Me doing these launches, I'm not telling you, yeah, buy Kaspa. Kaspa's going to make you a millionaire. I might put those in my titles, but I'm not telling you, yes, buy Kaspa now. You need to do that because, for one, I'm not trying to pump my bags. It's not my role here. I don't want to show you stuff. That's rubbish. I choose to talk about Kaspa because I believe in it, and I explain to you my belief in why I buy Kaspa and why I continue to buy Kaspa. But you don't want to invest into it, that's perfectly fine. I don't care what you invest into. I really don't. I'll tell you all the projects that I invest into and why I invest into it. It's your job as an investor to look into the projects that I talk about and decide if you want to invest into yourself. Or any project for that matter. I don't care if you don't like it. I would advise everyone to do their own research into the project. For me, for what I've done research into Kaspa, again, smart contract, 10 bps, tier 1s, the KRI, all these sort of massive catalysts incoming for Kaspa, I don't see Kaspa being a project that doesn't take off. Again, it's first bull cycle. First bull cycle projects tend to do very, very well. It's a top 30 project right now. Well, actually now it's top 31, so actually it's dropped down lower. So, I take that part back. But either way, it's been a top 20 project. It's still in the top 100. It's a project that will definitely catch the bull cycle, in my personal belief. Maybe not as volatile as other ones because it lacks the tier 1s, but it will catch the bull cycle. So it will, in my belief, go up from here. But again, if you don't believe in it, that's fine. I don't mind if you get into it or not. It doesn't bother me. People who sell Kaspa, I buy your dips. That's all I do. What is wrong with people in the crypto space? Why don't they simply understand that Kaspa is the best of the best? I mean, if they don't believe in it, that's fine. People, for the most part, just see price action and they don't believe in it. That's fine. I understand people not believing in Kaspa before, again, the whole Israel situation, also because the price action is really, really bad. And because of its lack of tier 1s, the price action for that mark, because there's no tier 1s, the price action for that part won't really get much better, at least not immediately. But tier 1s will be coming. That's been confirmed. Tier 1s are incoming. Just not come yet. And again, smart contracts have been confirmed that they're in development and potentially coming sooner than we think. So people that believe in Kaspa, that's fine. That's what I believe. I just hope that they don't end up coming to regret that decision. If it ends up going up and like, oh, should I actually listen to you get into Kaspa? I'm like, well, just research into it. I'm not telling you buy Kaspa. I'm telling you research into Kaspa and make your own belief. If you research into Kaspa and you don't believe in Kaspa because its price action is bad, fine. That's fine. Don't bother me at all. If you think about total supply, emissions, institutional interest, etc., like exchange listings, developments such as 10 bps and beyond, smart contracts, etc., it would be foolish to sell now. Perfect time to load up. Again, that's again a brief summary of what Bingo Bag was talking about of why again I hold Kaspa. Not to mention once more again, you get institutional interest. That's coming to again. Grayscale have now considered Kaspa as an ETF. That's another big thing incoming. This will happen. I believe will happen in this cycle. Again, Marathon now mine Kaspa again, proving that Wall Street do know of Kaspa. There are many reasons to hold Kaspa. Of course, the biggest one, the reason you should hold Kaspa is what the KRI are doing with Kaspa in the markets. But again, you should believe in it, that's fine. It doesn't bother me at all. I'm sending my kids so I could buy Kaspa at 5 cents. Yeah, honestly, I might set myself on the market, become a pole dancer if Kaspa does go to 5 cents, get as much money as I can. And as Buff Link says here, yeah, you should do these streams again, be doing these daily, so close to that 100 milestone. Then leave a like, help out more than you know. Share with your friends and family, get them more involved in the project, and subscribe for more. Now, I will disclose right now and here that over the next few days, I have a wedding to go to and some other things incoming. So I will be making announcements on my free Discord server that I will be probably, adjusting the times of my streams. Normally they go live at this time every single day, which has been going on right now. But I think the wedding, I'm not sure until what time I'm going to go to this wedding, but I'm going to probably do it really, really early. It might be for my time frame like a 6 a.m. stream. So if it's 6 a.m. stream, again, I'm not sure. I'll make an announcement again over the next days or two. 6 a.m. stream would of course be a 2 a.m. EST or a 11 p.m. PT, and then I don't even know what that is in Australia, Leroy. It'll probably be midday for you. But yeah, again, I'll have to wait and see where that's coming from here. But I'll let you all know. I'm buying more Kaspa today. F it. Yep. Good up to you, my man. Kaspa, yep. 0.1 cents incoming. I mean, yeah, potentially looking like it's going that direction. Right now, it's down minus 5.89%. So it's actually correcting closer and closer towards it. Again, if it corrects 6.5, that will therefore reach this zone here, which means that we will be losing that trend of higher high and higher low. Right now, it's still in that trend, but it's getting close to actually losing that. And if we lose that, we may see Kaspa come down much, much more. Potentially, again, this is speculative, but I just thought about it now. Potentially, we see Kaspa go below this today. The elections come through, and let's say Trump wins, and then we see Kaspa just bull up, potentially. But I'm going to have to wait and see. I'm sure everyone's watching the market right now. Again, it's correcting quite aggressively right now. And we can have a look at it a little bit why on this long short chart here from Bitcoin. Change it to Kaspa. which is, I always lose it. It's so hard to see here. Kaspa here. So we go to the last 5 minutes. Look, everyone's short in Kaspa. Everyone's short in Kaspa right now. 15 minutes. For the most part, everyone's still short in Kaspa again. Yeah, even DYDX not even doing anything with Kaspa right now. They're completely out of Kaspa right now. In the last half an hour, again, people are still short. Right now, the trend on the daily in the last hour or so is too short Kaspa. That's what we're seeing on the exchanges right now, at least. Buying in downtrend, the market shows no sign of recovery. Sure, again, that's what you believe, then fine, fair enough. Kaspa is the best common smart contract in tier 1 listings. That's what I believe as well. Again, for where Kaspa's going to go, I think higher highs are incoming. But again, the stream's about to be ending in the next 5 minutes or so, but potentially in the next 5 minutes we see Kaspa actually lose this level here, so that'll be a very hectic end potentially to the stream. We'll have to wait and see. I'm going, I might even I'll take it off the daily actually and look at it in the last 30 minutes, see where it goes from here. So right now we can see it's really making a move downwards right now. Kaspa is once again leading the race of worst performer today. This is so frustrating. Yeah, I agree. I do agree. It's very frustrating being a Kaspa holder right now, because it is, again, once more just correcting more and more. And for what Kaspa is, it does seem quite weird. For what Kaspa is and what they're building and what's still to come for Kaspa, why is it doing so badly is tough to say. KRC20 again has done very, very well to bring more adoption to Kaspa. But why is Kaspa doing so badly? I want to say market manipulation, but again, that is speculative because there's no guaranteed proof of that. We'll go to the addresses right now for Kaspa and refresh the page so we can see what's happened in the last hour, so to speak. We can see right now a lot of people seem to be, we've seen a massive growth in crabs again, but we've seen dolphins and sharks selling. Or at least I actually imagine this shark has become a whale. That's what I think this is here. The shark to whale here. I think that's why it's 1-1. But either we've seen dolphins and people who have more allocations, more holdings, they're the ones that actually are selling with Kaspa right now. We'll have to wait and see, of course, where it goes from here. Kaspa going to 1 cent, I'm calling it. You are the most knowledgeable person in the space, Needhart. For those who don't know, Needhart is a generational troll. He loves to, I'm pretty sure he said Kaspa to 5 cents earlier in our Discord server, but yeah, I love it, man. Hey, folks, remember I bought at 18, 19, 13, 12, 11, and 10 cents. It doesn't matter. If you believe in the project, we will get there. Again, that's what I believe as well, Cashing. I do believe that much as well. Unpopular opinion, but I personally don't buy into the elections will affect the market much. Short term maybe if it doesn't turn out how retail wants it. Yeah, I mean, again, this coincides once more with did I load the post? I think I did. Yeah, this coincides pretty much with this post here. Well, it coincides with what we've seen posts in previous history, right? Which again coincides once more with what the likes of Berkshire Hathaway was saying. Or Bernstein was saying here. Bernstein was saying here that no matter who wins, crypto will do well. Getting very close now. Very, very close. No matter who wins, crypto will do well. But in the immediate short term, we see a continued correction in the market if Kamala Harris wins over Donald Trump. Now, I don't think the elections will be very, very influential on the long-term price action of crypto and Bitcoin. But in the short term, yeah, I think it will do. Because again, it depends on how retail wants it right now. If retail wants Donald Trump to win and Donald Trump doesn't win, then that will cause corrections. Damn, we are getting very... And you know what? I think by the end of this stream, we're actually going to see Kaspa correct past here. We'll have to see, though. People sat in 3, 4, 10 cents are just destroying the confidence of the new investor. I mean, yeah. People who bought in at the really, really early zones, and I'll probably just selling to make a bit of a profit right now to take some of the investments out, they're definitely destroying the confidence of the new investor. So I imagine there are people who got in at 1 cent, 2 cents, even 5 cents, which, I did. Obviously, yes, it's a trust me bro, but I've not sold any. I can promise you that. But people who did buy early have probably started selling at zones here because they're not making profit. Like, yes, just take out now and buy back in when the market's due for a reversal. Look at the global liquidity specific bond market, money unlocking, and Fed announcement. At the FOMC meeting, cutting rates and USD is still the global reserve currency. We're going up next year no matter what. Yes, I agree. Again, elections, short-term price action will be very, very big, but long-term, no matter who's elected, will still do very, very well. And equally, the FOMC meeting, the rate cuts will free up more liquidity in the economy, and therefore more money can flood into the crypto market and send it higher and higher. Facts, it's just a short-term thing. Yeah, again, Kaspa short-term's not doing well, but in the long term, I think it's going to do very, very well. When you're saying you're buying 5k of Kaspa, do you mean 5k USD or actually 5k of actual Kaspa? I mean, that's the question for them. I normally will talk about 5k Kaspa. I normally refer it to Kaspa, not how much money exactly. Strategy, because Kaspa pumped in the bear market. Many people will do the same. Once they make the money, all the Bitcoin and memes will turn into Kaspa. You know what? I like to believe that's also possible, David. I do think that's also possible because, again, Kaspa did so well in the bear cycle. So well in the bear cycle that I think it's possible, definitely, that, you know, money's now switching towards the other projects right now, because that's where all the money's at, you know, Bitcoin and the memes right now. And when the market starts properly taking off, it'll start flowing back into Kaspa. Again, with this here listings coming through, I'm sure we'll see that way as well. Yeah, I agree. It is frustrating. I think we'll still have a helluva run before a potential recession. Yeah, so do I. Again, the recession talk seemingly is, you know, again, dare I say, inevitable or looming. But I think what I think we're going to see a run, and then after the run, there'll be the announcement of the recession, and then we'll see everything collapse. But I think we'll see a run beforehand. Damn. Yeah, I think we're going to see the correction happening. I think we're going to see a correction. We might more so. This again, of course, this is going to be a support level, so we'll probably see Kaspa come here and then rebound off. We'll have to see, of course. But yeah, Kaspa's definitely making this move right now towards this crucial support level. Which, of course, if it loses that will be a new lower low, and that could be a sign for the market, for the investors to send it lower. But again, people still seem to believe, and I tend to agree, that 9.5 and 9.3, this zone here, will be the absolute bottom for Kaspa. We'll have to wait and see, of course. Buy now and cry later. Yeah. I want to thank you a lot, Quick Crypto, for all of your streams. It really makes a difference. And the fact that you keep it to simple facts makes it even more easy to understand. Keep it up. 200 in a row. Thank you very much, Cashing, my man. It means a lot to me, honestly, for the support, for all of you. And yeah, it does. It actually makes my day seeing posts like that. So thank you very, very much. 100 in a row is definitely going to happen. 200 in a row, we'll have to wait and see, because, of course, there's a lot going to be coming, isn't it? A lot happening. We'll have a very, very big bull run, but of course there's going to be, you know, holidays coming through. So of course, I mean, I'll be making content on Christmas and stuff as well. Don't forget about that. But we'll have to see. I'm definitely going to make 100 in a row. 200, we'll have to wait and see. I would love to keep doing it daily. I'd love to. What's up, Israel brother? Welcome back to the stream, my man. By doing investigation at the top 20 addresses, I'm not sure if you have done yet, but in regards that they hold 0.1% dollars tokens on many different tokens, looks promising in exchanges. I mean, yeah, again, the top holders seem to be holding quite a lot right now. Top addresses, so they seem to be holding quite a lot of Kaspa, which is also why, again, they're the ones that also kind of helping the price stay up right now. Well, and now, I mean, again, we're seeing it right now, but right now, Kaspa, again, technically, Kaspa has still, I mean, again, if it loses it loses it, but right now, this is still a higher low. Whether you like it or not, again, you might disagree, but if you go back, got to scroll back a little bit now. Actually, no, wait, that is a lower low. If we go up here, that's the low point here. So actually, that looks like it might be the lower low then. That's the low point there. So yeah, the wick did actually just creep below it. So that actually is now technically a lower low. So we have officially now reached lower low territory for Kaspa for the first time ever in history. What's that going to be for Kaspa? We'll have to wait and see, of course. Right now it seems, again, right now it did come down here. It looks like it may start to rebound off this. We'll have to wait and see. But now, this is again, confirmation right now, which is not good confirmation, of course, but the first time in history we've seen Kaspa actually achieve a lower low. So potentially that could be a sign for investors that we see it go further corrections from here. We'll have to wait and see, of course. Kaspa right now is down 6.31%, 10.14 cents on the daily time frame. The election of tomorrow could be a very influential time for crypto and Kaspa, but again, it's lower lows. For me, I like to believe, again, I could be wrong, not financial advice, but I think lower lows, this could be a sign that we see Kaspa start going further down towards the next zone of you know 9.5 to 9.3 cents. But this again it is bad news for Kaspa. It's bad news for Kaspa. I won't you know sugarcoat it. It's bad news seeing a lower low for the first time ever. So yeah, again, that's why you got to, you know, do your own research, show your own discretion. I still, despite this negative news, I still hold strong on my conviction and belief in Kaspa. I still think Kaspa's going to do very, very well in the cycle. But of course, I understand even more so now than ever before if we do start seeing growing FUD in Kaspa, because that is, again, confirmation of a lower low for the first time ever. So I have to wait and see where we go from here. But that does suck. It does suck. But what am I going to do personally? Buy more Kaspa. Don't do what I say. That's what I'm going to do though. I'm going to buy more Kaspa right now. because that is for me, premium discount. Again, 71% undervalued right now. It might even go lower from here. So I'm not going to put everything in right here. I might just DCA, put a little bit in here, in the chance that it may go down further here. We'll have to wait and see. I believe in this project, but the price drop just feels like the others don't believe in it, and it can die. Yeah, I do agree with you, DV as me. For right now, I think the belief right now in Kaspa right now is definitely at all-time lows. The FUD is higher and higher now. Seemingly, that could be a sign that, you know, people are going to start going back into the project again. For what Kaspa's building, I don't think the project will die. I don't. The project sucks, but you've got to remember once more, to give you some form of, again, the lower low is a negative thing, but to give you some form of other conviction, right, other belief in the project right now. This correction here, we saw Kaspa reach an all-time high of 4.2 cents. This correction here was a 70% correction, down to 1 cent. And it then reversed, came back up to 5 cents, came back down, went back up to where we're at right now. We haven't seen a 50% correction in a very, very long time. We saw a correction here of about 40%. We haven't seen a 50% correction in a very, very long time, but that does not mean that Kaspa therefore is dead. It means right now that belief in the project is just not there. We've seen 40%, 30%, we've seen 70% here. Even here, I think even here was a quite big correction. Yeah, even there was a 50, 60%. So we've seen big corrections in the early part of the cycle. And now we're seeing a similar case right now. We're seeing over 50% correction in this cycle here. So in that regard, we have seen significant correction in the Kaspa in the past. And of course, now it being a lower low for the first time in history, that is a cause for concern, if you will. But I'm still not overly worried, because again, if Kaspa corrected 80%, then yes, I'd be concerned. You know, if Kaspa went from its current price here, all-time high here, down, you know, as far as 3 cents, or even 5, if it went to 5 cents, then yes, I'll probably be concerned. That's the biggest correction we see for Kaspa. But I don't think Kaspa will go that far down. And if it does either way, I'll still buy more. Because I still think Kaspa, again, has proven time and time again, following the power law, that it will go up in price. Again, that's my personal belief though. If I lose out on that, that's my fault. That's what I believe in Kaspa. But again, as a hedge against Kaspa, or hedge against bad price action, that's why I also hold other projects, because again, there's multiple ways to make money in this space, not just with Kaspa. But Kaspa for me is my biggest hold, because I still believe in it. And the correction might cause fun in the community. Those who especially got in recently, but I'm still not worried about Kaspa. I still think it's going to go do very, very well in this cycle. And I look forward to bullish price action, because when the price comes back, everyone's going to be happy again. And also this stream's going to grow a lot more as well. We'll get more of a strong Kaspa community. Everyone's going to be happy about Kaspa again. And then when those come into the stream, we can all educate them about why we hold Kaspa. Educating people right now about holding Kaspa is hard, because price action is bad. When price action is good, everyone actually wants to listen about Kaspa. That's when the best time to educate them is. And try and make them build up the conviction, so when the price is down, they'll remain strong on Kaspa. Price does not suck. It's amazing when we can sit on tech for decades. Yeah, true. Again, it does take a while. I don't care what retail thinks. I know what I hold, and the institutions are looking at Kaspa. I agree as well. I think Kaspa's going to do very, very well. So I don't care what retail thinks, what everyone thinks. I hold it for what I believe in it, and what the KR is going to do for Kaspa as well. By doctrine addresses, I mean they hold a fraction of many tokens for some reasons, like 0.001% token, for technical reasons, like listing purposes. If you scan the adjusted, you can see the holdings you get. I'll have a look at that off stream, Cashing. Well, if I get the chance, because right now, I'll be honest, today again, it's one of those busy days, so I prepare for all the streams, and again, the wedding being so close, so I've got to prepare for that as well. But again, for why they do that is curious to me, so I'll see if I can give a understanding or look into why it might happen, and I'll see if I can give you an answer in the next stream or two. But anyways, that being said, quite a hectic end to the stream. As I said, it may happen, but once more, again, we've still got big things coming for Kaspa. Smart contracts, yeah, listings still not here yet. Meme tokens again going more on adoption. You know, some doing better than others as well. Elections are tomorrow. That's going to be a very, very big stream tomorrow, I'm sure. And of course, the day following that as well. And of course, the FOMC meeting following that as well on the 7th of November. So as always, enjoy these streams. Leave a like, share with your friends, subscribe for more. And if you want to know about crypto, Kaspa, other market sentiments, and you just all in all keep up your knowledge and research to help them make much money in this cycle, then check out my Discord server in the chat, in the description, also on my YouTube homepage. And I'll hopefully see you all tomorrow. I'm not sure it's going to be the same time. I'll let you all know in my Discord server. But I will see you then. Keep up the good work, and thanks a lot. You're welcome to everyone here, and I'll catch you all tomorrow. So yeah, see you all then.